Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today we've got a big topic to discuss, so let's get right into it. Today we're going to go over the features and specs of the two giants of the VPN industry, namely ExpressVPN and NordVPN. Now, I see this question a lot in the comments and online in general. Which one should I pick, Express or Nord? And I get it because they are very similar, they're very well marketed, and it can be difficult to choose between them. So today what I'm going to do is help you figure it out. They're arguably both the two largest VPN providers, again, as I said, and while they do have a lot of common features, and they're both really great overall, whether it's for streaming and torrenting or whatever it is, there are still a few differences, and it's these differences that are probably going to be why you choose one VPN over the other. And by the way, if at any point in this video you just want to go straight to the pricing or discounts, you'll find what you need, including discount codes, in the description down below. Okay, so let's start with arguably the most important feature of any VPN, which is the privacy policy. I mean, the whole point of VPN is that it's your online bodyguard in a way. So imagine if you hire a bodyguard to protect your house and then your bodyguard ends up robbing you. That would basically be the equivalent of a VPN storing your personal information, since one of the main reasons you're using a VPN is to protect your data. Now, in this case, both Nord and Express are great when it comes to their privacy policy. Both VPNs have hard evidence to show that their no-logs policies are 100% accurate, as they were both audited by independent third-party auditing giants. And Nord has been audited by Deloitte and Versprite, while Express has been audited by KPMG, Cure53, and PricewaterhouseCoopers, in fact, has audited both companies to check their no-logs policies and their network in general. And the results of all these audits show that both VPNs are committed to transparency and protecting their users' data, and all of the issues that were discovered during these audits were promptly dealt with, so great stuff overall. Now, it's worth noting that most companies, if not all, do log some form of data. However, this data usually has to do with crash reports, usability diagnostics, and aggregations here and there, which is all information that companies need to improve their app's performance, detect bugs and glitches, and things like that. Now, it's important to note that none of the data collected contains personally identifiable information that can be linked to a specific user. So even from a technical standpoint, since both Express and Nord run their servers on RAM disks rather than hard disks, that means that there are literally no physical drives for information to be stored in the first place. So all in all, which one would be more secure? I would say they're kind of on equal footing. However, there is something that happened in the real world outside of tests and audits that I think tips the scale in ExpressVPN's favor a little bit more, because in 2017, the Turkish government seized an ExpressVPN server as part of an investigation, but they were still unable to extract any information out of their servers. So thanks to this kind of evidence, we know that ExpressVPN does protect their users' data, and there's no evidence against it. So at the end of the day, the idea of protecting your data might just be something you're vaguely interested in until you're suddenly in a situation involving government censorship, where protecting your data can actually save your life or livelihood. And speaking of protecting yourself online and censorship, since we're talking about it, Express does phenomenally well in restricted areas like China. It gets over China's Great Firewall like it's nothing, really. So if you're a Chinese citizen or if you're traveling to China, Express is definitely your best option. Now, Nord also works in China or in any other censorship-heavy country. However, you might have to download another version of the application that's specifically designed for that purpose, or if that doesn't work, you might even have to do a little bit of a manual configuration to get Nord to work in censorship-heavy countries like China. It works in other censorship-heavy countries. It's just that China is a little too tough for NordVPN. So yeah, if you're looking for an option for China, then Express is definitely the best option, as it's the most plug-and-play VPN that you can find for censorship-heavy countries like China. And so that's it when it comes to privacy. Now, in terms of performance and speed, again, both Express and Nord do a great job. Now, before we get into the speed and performance, it's important to note that it's natural for speeds to drop when using a VPN due to the time it takes to encrypt your traffic before it reaches the internet. But despite that, a premium VPN will keep those speed drops to a minimum. Now, when I tested Express and Nord, I found that both actually did great, but overall, I found NordVPN to be quicker generally once it's connected to the server, but ExpressVPN is much snappier when it comes to connecting to the servers themselves. So I found myself actually using ExpressVPN a little bit more just because it's much quicker to connect, disconnect, and start up the application, whereas it just generally takes longer for NordVPN to connect to the servers and launch the application itself. So if you're looking for maximum speeds, go with Nord. If you're looking for super high speeds that are very comparable to Nord, barely a difference, I would say. But if the snappiness of ExpressVPN ExpressVPN and the short time to connect is what you're looking for, then by all means go with Express. Now let's move on to streaming and torrenting, which is what I think most people actually look for when it comes to the VPNs. So when it comes to torrenting, both Nord and Express don't have any throttling or bandwidth limitations, so you can download as many files as you'd like and large files as well. And when it comes to streaming, both Express and Nord are great for accessing the basics like Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime Video, Disney Plus, and many other streaming platforms. ExpressVPN has 105 countries, while Nord has 61 countries. Now let's move on to talking about security features. This is a category where Nord really shines because they have a lot more features than Express. So let's break them down one by one. Right off the bat, both ExpressVPN and Nord have the kill switch and split tunneling. Now, in case you didn't know, a kill switch will turn off your internet access should your VPN ever disconnect for any reason, which makes sure that you're always connected to the VPN while online, and therefore your data will always be safe. And just a small note here, while both Express and Nord have the kill switch feature, Nord does take it a step further by offering an app-specific kill switch that will turn off access to that application rather than your whole internet. So it's just a little extra something that I appreciate. And when it comes to split tunneling, both Express and Nord have this feature, but they're not available on iOS and Mac, so keep that in mind. And that's the case for all VPNs, by the way, just due to the fact that the split tunneling feature is just more difficult to create on the iOS and Mac. And the reason they're not on Mac is not because they're not available on these VPNs specifically. Split tunneling is not available on any VPN on iOS and Mac, and that's Apple's problem, not necessarily the VPN's problem. All right, now here's where the difference between Express and Nord is really going to start to show. Express is designed to be a more simple and easy to use VPN, as you can tell. So the features I just talked about are all you're going to get, which, to be fair, it covers all the basics you're going to need from your VPN. Although Express has been adding extra features lately that are very useful, like the password manager that comes for free, so you can just download that on your Chrome extension. And you also get advanced protection, which will block ads, trackers, and malware, and it can act like a simple form of parental control since you can block adult sites and content. However, Nord has a lot more features, to be fair, and I'm going to go over them briefly. Again, if you want a more detailed review where these features are discussed at length, you can check out the NordVPN review in the description below. All right, so what bonus features does NordVPN have? Well, Nord has threat protection, which acts as an ad blocker and a mini antivirus. It automatically blocks ads, trackers, and malware URLs and deletes any malware that has been downloaded. So very cool feature. Another feature that you get with Nord is MeshNet, which allows users to share files over the encrypted network of Nord. And I just recently found out that you can even use this to play LAN games with friends all around the world, which is really cool. I haven't tested this out yet, but maybe if you're interested, I'll make a video about it. Please let me know in the comments down below. Now, with Nord, you get specialty servers such as dedicated IP servers, double VPN servers that will encrypt your traffic twice for double the security. You also get access to the Onion over VPN servers, which is great for anyone who uses Tor a lot. And you get peer-to-peer optimized servers for torrenting and other peer-to-peer activities. And you also get obfuscated servers in case you're having trouble connecting from a censorship-heavy country. And finally, Nord will give you the ability to easily change your DNS with custom DNS. And that's basically it for the bonus features that Nord offers. And as far as compatibility, both Express and Nord are basically compatible with everything: iOS, Mac, Windows, Android, and all of the other stuff like smart TVs, Fire Stick, Apple TV, Chrome, Firefox, so on and so forth. Really almost everything. Express will allow you to secure up to 8 devices with 1 subscription and 6 with Nord. So depending on your needs, you could go for one over the other. And just a quick overview of their user interface, by the way. As you can see, ExpressVPN has a very easy to use design, which I really prefer because it's very simple and understandable. And it's very snappy, as I mentioned before. Like even a grandma can use it, really. Just select a country, turn it on, and that's it. Now, Nord's interface is a little fancier with their intuitive map design, which I really like, but at the end of the day, it's just up to preference. I'm not really going to make any judgments based on the user interface. They're both quick. I just prefer ExpressVPN because not only is it quick, it's also quicker than usual. Now, when it comes to pricing, ExpressVPN is a little more pricey, and the maximum subscription period they have is 1 year, whereas Nord has a 2-year plan, and it's less expensive. And by expensive, I don't really mean that either one is expensive. I'm just comparing the price of 1 cup of coffee a month to 2 cups of coffee a month. So nothing that's going to break the bank. Now, when it comes to both providers, it's important to know that you will get better pricing when you choose a longer plan. So as far as bang for the buck, you'll be paying much less for the annual plan than the monthly plan. But if you know you only need the VPN for a short period of time, then that's also something to consider. Maybe you just want to go for the month plan. Really all depends on what you need it for and how long you need it. And remember to check the links below for extra discounts and coupon codes for both VPNs NordVPNs in case you guys pick one up so that you can save a little bit more money. Also, it's good to know that they both offer a 30-day money-back guarantee just in case you decide to go back on your decision. All right, so I've gone over their features at this point, and you might be asking yourself which one is the best. And it really depends on what you're going to use the VPN for at the end of the day. As I said in the beginning, they're both great premium VPNs, and you'll be safe regardless of which one you choose. You'll be able to stream, you'll be able to torrent, and secure your devices. But let me just maybe give you one final overview with the differences in case you haven't made your decision yet. Okay, so if top speeds and performance, as well as lots of bonus features is what you're looking for, then NordVPN is a clear choice here. It's just a great, well-rounded VPN that satisfies more than 95% of the user base, really. Now, if you really need utmost privacy, competitively high performance, reliability, plus it's very easy to use and really quick to operate, there's basically little to no loading time, then ExpressVPN is definitely your best choice, especially if you're in a censorship-heavy country or you're traveling to one like China or Turkey. And if you're wondering which VPN I personally choose, and if it wasn't clear to you yet, I obviously like to use ExpressVPN. So that'll be it for this video. If you guys are interested in either of these VPNs, you'll find links to pricing and discounts as well as separate reviews for both of these VPNs if you'd like to just learn even more about them. Now, I hope I've helped you make a better decision today. And again, remember that you can save a little bit more money on your subscription using the links below. And if you use either Express or Nord yourself or use another VPN entirely, I'd love to know about your experience and how it's worked out for you. Besides that, comment below if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer all of them. Like and subscribe if you'd like to support the channel and stay up to date with everything VPNs and cybersecurity. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.